Start understanding the difference between happiness and fulfillment. We're going to trade our sugar high, our dopamine high, for long-term fulfillment and goals so that we can continue to hit our esteem needs for confidence, for recognition and accomplishment, and keep marching our way up the pyramid for self-actualization, where we can reach our full potential and continue to use our unique talents. Hello, and welcome back to Entrepreneur Money Stories. Today, we're going to be talking about the 5 things not to do, or the 5 things to stop doing right now to start finding joy, happiness, and fulfillment from your money. And we're talking about your money in both your business and your personal life. Now, to start this conversation, I want to note 2 conflicting studies that I've read, and I've read this over and over throughout the years. There was a foundational study done in 2010 at Princeton University where they found that day-to-day happiness rose as annual income increased up to $75,000, and then it leveled off. Happiness plateaued. In contrast, there was work published in 2021 from the University of Pennsylvania that found happiness rose steadily with income level well beyond $75,000 without evidence of it plateauing. So why is there such conflicting studies on the correlation between money and happiness? What does this all mean? Maybe there's no correlation between money and happiness. Maybe it's money and the fulfillment of our needs and finding fulfillment. Period. So in my research and studies over the last several years of being the CEO at Kickstart Accounting Inc., what I realized is that we have a deep set of needs. And I think that the Maslow hierarchy of needs is the best tool to walk through this hierarchy of needs and how it relates back to our money mindset and looking at ourselves and changing our identity to be the type of person who is good with money, to be the type of CEO that's able to use their financials to make business decisions. This is something that I've seen over and over again over the last 9 years, is that even though business owners have clean bookkeeping and financial statements set to them on a regular basis, they still feel the sense of anxiety, shame, and confusion around numbers. And it's more of a money mindset that we need to heal and work through so that we can become the type of CEO who's able to use their financial statements to make business decisions, to feel confident and to feel empowered. So back to the hierarchy of needs. The hierarchy of needs, if you have not heard of that, it is a psychological theory that Abraham Maslow created or founded back in 1943. So we have been studying this for a long time. And he suggests that human beings have a set of fundamental needs that are organized in this hierarchical manner. So Maslow believed that individuals are motivated to fulfill these needs and that they progress up the hierarchy as each need is met. The hierarchy is often depicted as the pyramid, right? They have those 5 levels in a pyramid. And the most basic psychological needs are at the bottom. And then we continue to grow up the 5 levels to the top of the pyramid. So let's walk through each of these 5, and then I promise you we'll get to the 5 things to stop doing right now. So at the bottom of the hierarchy of needs is our psychological needs. These are the most basic needs for survival, such as food, water, shelter, and sleep. And without satisfying these needs, an individual cannot even move on to addressing their higher level of needs. So we have to fulfill this need first. And we can see that right here, right at the most fundamental level, that there's a correlation between our survival and money. There's a correlation between food, water, shelter, a place to sleep that correlates with money. And we can see right here at the deepest level why there is so much anxiety around having the financial means to be able to provide this survival for ourselves and for our family. So stop shaming yourself right now, because this is a basic psychological need as a human. Next up is our safety needs. Once our psychological needs are satisfied, we can focus on safety. This is safety and security. This includes our personal and financial security, health, and protection from harm. This means that we have the financial security and protection, right? Again, we can see at the deepest, most fundamental needs as humans that we have to have financial security in order for us to continue to build up the pyramid to our self-actualization. So our sense of belonging, this third layer of our fundamental needs as a human, is tied up in money and can be tied up in money and our business, where we are at in our business, and the sense of community and belonging that we have at this level of business. Next, I think are like two pinnacles of needs. And I think where we spend so much time and attention, especially in this day and age, because so many of our needs are met more easily. Most of us have access to food, water, our homes, a sense of security. We spend a lot of time in these last two. And this is our esteem needs and self-actualization. So our esteem needs is the striving for self-esteem and the respect from others. This involves achieving self-confidence, recognition, and a sense of accomplishment. Again, this has a deep correlation with money and our sense of fulfilling this need. Money and the understanding of money can give us confidence. It gives us the recognition or the ability to be recognized by the things that we can obtain with money. And having money can give us the sense of accomplishment. The confidence to be able to look at our numbers and have the confidence gives us the sense of accomplishment. So we can see again that money has a deep correlation with our psychological needs. And then our pinnacle, our top of the pyramid, is our self-actualization needs. This is where individuals aim to reach their full potential and fulfill their unique talents and abilities. This level involves personal growth, creativity, and our sense of purpose. This is where so many business owners spend a lot of their time and energy, because there's so many of us who have a unique talent and craft, which is what has led us to entrepreneurship in the first place, that we are great at a craft. We are great at being a practitioner of what we do. And so we've created this business around being able to fulfill this purpose in the world. We seek to reach our full potential of those unique talents and abilities of this business. But in reaching that full potential, we need to address the other psychological needs in order to be able to reach this full potential. I wanted to lay all this out because it is so important to understand why there is so much anxiety and shame around money, around our financials, around our self-confidence in understanding this information. Because at our deepest level, we need to be able to satisfy these needs. We need to be able to satisfy our financial security. It then gives us a sense of belonging, confidence, and then the ability to achieve your full potential. Have you ever heard yourself saying, "I'm not a numbers person"? How about, "I've never been good with money, so why even bother trying"? And this is one of my favorites. My parents, my family, they weren't good with money, and now I don't know how to manage my own money. I want you to imagine what it would feel like to overcome the imposter syndrome and financial insecurities as a female founder. Kickstart Accounting Inc.'s Money Mindset Mastery Program offers a transformative 7-step approach to understanding and mastering your money mindset. Learn to heal your relationship with money. Get a grip on the stories you're telling yourself. Find the practical tools to get off the emotional spending roller coaster and gain confidence in spending in your business. You'll benefit from the perfected reflection strategies for personal growth and self-awareness, access to valuable resources and mentorship, and the opportunity to join an influential community. Take control of your finances and life right now. Go to kickstartaccountinginc.com/courses to learn more about the Money Mindset Mastery Program. I cannot wait to work with you and help you finally master your money mindset. With all of that being said, what in the world are the 5 things that you need to stop doing right now? First and foremost, I want you to stop saying that you are not enough. My business isn't big enough. I am not enough. I am not a numbers person. That didn't work, so my business isn't going to work. This negative self-talk is wreaking havoc in our basic needs and how we are fulfilling our pyramid of needs, right? So the first thing I want you to address is how you are talking to yourself, to stop saying, I'm not a numbers person, I'm not big enough, or I'm not enough. We'll go through a few action steps that you can take right now. Once we talk about the 5 things to stop doing, don't worry, I will give you something to replace each of these things with. So don't worry, we're not just taking things away without replacing. So first and foremost, we're going to stop our negative self-talk. Secondly, I want you to stop ignoring your personal budget. This is so important. Remember, we're going all the way back to the most fundamental needs. We have to be able to provide food, shelter, water, and security for ourselves and our family. And in order to do this, we need to know specifically how much money is required for our personal budget and to fulfill those needs for ourselves and our families. So second, we're going to stop ignoring your personal budget. Number 3, stop ignoring your money mindset. This is something that I've shared with you guys. I really struggled with understanding mindset was a fundamental piece of entrepreneurship. I came into this business from corporate and I thought that it's data. It is black and white. Let's use the data, make business decisions, and march forward. However, what I've learned through entrepreneurship myself and working with thousands of other business owners, that we need to understand our money mindset type first, heal our money mindset, then use our tools and strategies to be able to understand our financials and become confident business owners so that we can continue to work towards self-actualization. Next, I want you to stop trading short-term happiness for long-term fulfillment. This is really important, especially when we think about emotional spending. We are trading our short-term happiness, that short-term dopamine hit, in exchange for long-term fulfillment of our goals. So when we set a long-term financial goal, hitting 6 figures, hitting 7 figures, creating a profitable business where I'm bringing home 15% of profits every year. When we have those long-term goals, we need to set aside the short-term dopamine hits of fulfilling those shiny object syndrome or our comparison trap of what other people in our industry or other people are doing on social media, right? We are trading our long-term fulfillment for short-term happiness or dopamine hits. Remember, when you have these short-term dopamine hits, your body is actually going to return to baseline of happiness. So the last thing we're going to stop doing in our business right now is living the YOLO lifestyle. YOLO, you only live once. And I could pull out hundreds of memes and reels that I've seen throughout the years that encourage or make it acceptable to live this YOLO mentality. The memes that are making a joke out of, I don't know if I'm going to be a saver or a spender today. Today I'm saving and tomorrow I'm walking through Target. Creating an image of women who are overspenders and aren't able to control themselves to meet their long-term goals. And this YOLO lifestyle that we see portrayed on Instagram and TikTok and in social media, whether we want to admit it or not, actually has an impact on the way that we think and the way that we run our business. We might think, oh, we have a long-term goal of hitting our 15% profits this year. However, now that this opportunity is in front of me, I'm going to be derailed by shiny object syndrome because let's face it, I only live once. I'm going to take this trip. I'm going to make this investment without being thoughtful of what my long-term goals are. So again, trading short-term happiness for long-term fulfillment. So what can we do about these 5 things? I know it's hard to take things away without replacing them with something else. So first and foremost, when we stop saying, I'm not enough, my business isn't big enough, I don't deserve help in my business, I want you to reframe your negative thoughts. So you can go back to episode 110, strategies for breaking through negative thoughts, on some tools and strategies that you can implement right now. So when you hear yourself say, I'm not a numbers person, you can quickly reframe your thoughts to take control and become the person. Shift your identity to be the person that you want to be. Number 2, we are going to stop ignoring our personal budget and we are going to set a personal budget so that we know what we and our family need in order to survive and thrive. So there's 2 budgets. What do we need to survive so that we can fulfill our psychological basic need? And then what do we need to thrive? Really hitting that self-actualization. What does my family and I need in order to be able to thrive? Really hit the top of that pyramid. If you have never set a personal budget before, don't worry, I got you. Go to kickstartaccountinginc.com/personal budget. I will give you my personal budget. Like literally, actually, this is a Google document that I created, probably about 15 years ago that I have used to manage my money personally. And so I want to give you access to that personal budget. And it has the formulas very specifically laid out so that you can create the budget of what you need to hit that psychological need of survival and the self-actualization of what you need in order to thrive. A personal budget is going to help you in your business as well. So I'm going to take a small tangent here to walk you through exactly how this is going to help you in your business. One of the questions that we get from our clients all the time is, I don't know how much to pay myself as a business owner. I don't know how much to take in draws or salary. How much can my business afford? And my first question in return is always, how much do you need in your personal life? And that's not the question our clients expect to hear. They expect me to tell them how much can their business afford to pay them. But that's not the real answer we're looking for. The real answer that we're looking for is, what do we need? Now let's design our business around our needs rather than taking the leftover scraps from our business. When we have a personal budget, we now can say, this is the amount that I need to be paid for my business. So let's set aside the IRS guidelines. If you are an S Corp, there are some requirements. You do need to pay yourself a reasonable compensation through payroll. You can then take owner's draws above and beyond your payroll. There are very specific IRS guidelines between taking salary and owner's draws. You can go back to our S Corp episode that was launched last month for more information about reasonable compensation and how to pay yourself as an S Corp or LLC. But in this specific strategy and analogy, I want you to know very specifically how much you need for your personal budget so that you can then build that into your business and make changes and pivots to your business from there. Today's show is brought to you by Kickstart Accounting Inc. Are you ready to take control of your finances and pave the way to sustainable profit? Look no further than Kickstart Accounting Inc., your trusted bookkeeping service since 2015. They've worked with thousands of other business owners, so they understand your unique needs. What really actually sets them apart, though, is that they're entrepreneurs themselves, dedicated to entrepreneurs like you. Kickstart Accounting Inc.'s strategic framework empowers you every step of the way. They will start with their safe and secure onboarding process, use their magic to set up QuickBooks, and provide you with their easy-to-read financial snapshot. Don't forget, you'll have a dedicated team to ensure that your financials are accurate and on time. Don't let bookkeeping overwhelm you. Trust the Kickstart Accounting Inc. team today. Visit kickstartaccountinginc.com to book your discovery call and get started. So I want to tell you about one of my clients that I met with recently. She had scheduled a call with my team because her husband was let go and he had lost his job, and she really needed to take control of her business finances so that she could care for her family. So this was one of those calls that you never want to get, but we jumped at the opportunity to be there and support our client. And although, she was so upset on the call, she was, obviously, she was crying. Her husband is feeling really defeated. Historically, her husband has been the breadwinner, and her business was able to just support their lifestyle. And so as we sat on the call, I could just feel the anxiety and pain on the other end of this Zoom meeting and the look in her eyes. I'll just never forget the look in her eyes. So we walked through her personal budget. We determined that she needed $80,000 a year in order for her family to survive and to be able to really pay her bills. And anything over that would have been thriving. And at the time, her business could not actually afford to support that salary level. And there is nothing worse than having to deliver that type of news to a client. So it was one of those moments where just have a pit in your stomach, hands a little clammy because you're delivering news that you don't want to deliver. We helped our client determine specifically, right? We took control, what exactly she needed to take control for her family. Luckily, her husband had gotten a severance check, so they had some time to ramp up her business so that it could support this dollar amount. So it gave her a very specific goal to strive for and to make changes within her business to be able to meet this need of her family. And at the same time, it's going to take us to our next action item, which is to heal your money mindset. What we did with our client was she took our money mindset quiz to find out her money mindset type. And this was really important for her to learn that she was a free spender. So historically, she was spending money freely. She was trading short-term happiness for long-term fulfillment. And by understanding her money mindset type, she was then able to start to heal her money mindset. She has gone through our money mindset mastery program. She was able to understand where that money mindset came from. She was able to heal her money mindset and then use the strategies that she learned through that program to start to take action in her business. So it was an amazing journey. And I am happy to report at this point, she is the sole breadwinner of her business. She's now taking home $100,000 a year. So she made changes in her business. She stopped spending. She changed her free spending ways. She stopped trading her short-term happiness for long-term fulfillment. And she is now supporting her family. We just met with them recently because her husband is actually thinking about taking a role within the business so that he doesn't have to leave the home again and that they can work together and they can continue on their self-actualization journey, right? This is something that they both have different skill sets, and they believe they can put those two skill sets together to meet their self-actualization journey. Covered quite a few in there. So number one, reframe your thoughts. Number two, set your personal budget. What you need to survive, what you need to thrive. 3, heal your money mindset. 4, start understanding the difference between happiness and fulfillment. We're going to trade our sugar high, our dopamine high, for long-term fulfillment and goals, so that we can continue to hit our esteem needs for confidence, for recognition, and accomplishment, and keep marching our way up the pyramid for self-actualization, where we can reach our full potential and continue to use our unique talents. Lastly, I want you to focus on the progress, not the destination. When you are caught up in the YOLO mentality, that you only live once, that it's okay to go and overspend because everyone else is overspending, or you get one of those memes in your Instagram feed, that you pause, recognize it for what it is, and remember to focus on progress, that you are moving one step at a time. You are taking one action and one thought towards your long-term fulfilling goals. Remember, stuff goes away, right? All the stuff that we're buying, this all goes away. But learning, finding purpose, and making an impact through your business is going to last longer. It is always going to last longer. So we need to focus on lifelong learning. This was kind of a deep episode, right? I appreciate you listening to the end. I'm going to put these links in the show notes so you can download the template for the personal budget at kickstartaccountinginc.com. You can find your money mindset type by taking a quick quiz at kickstartaccountinginc.com/money type. Don't forget, if you are struggling to reframe your thoughts, you can tune back into episode 110, Strategies for Breaking Negative Thoughts. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe. I don't want you to miss any episodes. We have lots of amazing content coming your way. We're going to be doing a Back to the Basics series where we are diving into every single financial statement. We're going to go into the details or straight into the weeds because I want to support you every step of the way, right? I am going to support you up that pyramid to your self-actualization. I want to see each and every one of you fulfill your potential and use your unique talents and abilities as the CEO of your business.